Yes. Okay, so welcome to LDA week 2. Lisa's living out in the sticks, so she can't run it with the internet that she's got, but we're going to get her on the call later, hopefully. But what we're going to be running through tonight is a little bit similar to yesterday in regards to lead generation and how to do that. I thought that was kind of, I guess, being around for a while, nearly common sense. But I don't think it is, talking to a lot of guys in the team. Just some real tips and tricks to generate leads. So we're going to be breaking down both. Hopefully Lisa logs on because she done 15 today. Her goal is 15 a day. Mine's 10. I know Meg's is 10 as well. And what we're going to do is break down how we actually did them, like how we did each person. And hopefully within that, there's a lot of tips and a lot of information that you guys can use to talk to people, right? Because I think a majority of people on this call are in the challenge, the 30-day challenge that we're going through. So just to recap on that, what we're doing is picking a number of people, new prospects that we're going to be talking to every single day, and just going out there with no excuses and getting it done, right? So 30 days, for me it's 10. I want 300 new prospects, leads, some results. I've done it for 2 days. I've got 2 new clients. Probably another one going into the new year. I've got another 4 scans booked and a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of still in the process of happening, right? So, and a whole bunch of no's as well. But I'm going to break down what I went through today for you guys. And then we're going to go through. Meg's going to have a crack at that as well. And then we're going to go through and hopefully get Lisa on once Harry's asleep. And then if anyone else wants to share what's working for them, we're going to go through that as well. Cool? Cool. Doesn't really matter if it's not. That's what we're doing. So the first lead I got today, just to break it down, was from my Facebook page, and it's just simply following up on a like. I do that all the time. I thought everyone done that, but it turns out that we don't. So basically, someone's liked the photo that I put on Empire of Nutrition page, and I just said, "Hey, thanks for liking the photo. Her result's crazy, isn't it?" And they said, "Yes, it is. How did they get that result?" And then we're in a conversation, right? So that was that lead. Another one was someone who, like a revamped lead from 6 months ago, someone who I'd prospected in the past, and they'd I hadn't spoke to for like six months, so just kind of rehashed that league, and they're kind of keen but not keen. They're still doing the same thing, so that's cool. Another one was Instagram. So she liked a photo on Instagram, right? And all I said was, "Hey, similar thing. Hey, thanks for liking the photo. It was actually Meg's photo." And I said, "The result's crazy, isn't it?" She said, "Yes, how do I get those results?" That's what she said. And I said, "Said, step into my office." Someone just gave it absolute shit out the front of the club. Might have been that. And next one was a COI, so a friend. So I just kind of went through my messages in my phone and just organised to catch up with someone for lunch, one of my friends, and I'll talk to him there. So for me, that's the equivalent of an invite as well, because what's the conversation going to entail? They're stuck with me for an hour, so it's going to be all about what we do, right? Just log it on and just mute yourself, please. Cool. So the next one was there was 2 other likes from Insta, people who I knew that lived around here as well. I've got another 7 messages, but I'm a bit fried, so I'm going to worry about that tomorrow. And then we moved on to the cold market, just walking and talking type of stuff. So what we did, I found a little bit awkward, to be honest, getting actual details in my phone when I was out there doing posters. Adele was with me. I kind of, it was a little bit awkward saying, "Hey, can I put a poster up in your window?" I said, "Oh, put your name and number into here. I'll send you some information." It just felt weird. So I'll work on that. There's another way. I think when you're doing that, it's probably easier if you're doing your poster and you're actually getting to a decent conversation with the person. I was just kind of saying, "Hey, whack your number in here." But everyone did. One guy was the guy that owned the kebab joint on the corner. He said he knew Matt from every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Another guy called Taylor girl called Taylor Grant. So she was a retail. She was in a I forget what shop it was anyway. Another girl, same thing. She was at Maya. Who was this chick? This chick was at Bended Elbow, and another chick was at Zambreros, and she's actually coming in tomorrow for a business chat. That was actually, I found that a lot easier because that was like a retail transaction, and it was just like, hey, I've really enjoyed your service. I've chucked in the compliment, just like kind of Lauren said, right? Like, this is Eric Worry 101 type of stuff. So if you haven't listened to GoPro, just put that on your things to do. Put that in the car when you're driving around. But it was, hey, put a compliment in there. I've really enjoyed your service. I like your attitude. I like your energy. Da-da-da. We've actually just started up the centre, Aubrey Lifestyle Centre. It's up on the corner of Dean and Young Street. We're looking for people, with your skill sets, with your leadership. She was a supervisor, so I said, look, with your leadership skills, who want to make part-time, really flexible hours, part-time income around what you're doing. Does that sound like something that would interest you? And she said yes, and then I got the details in the notes. Add her on Facebook straight away. Said that, yeah, cool, and that's already booked in. So that was my 10. That was literally my 10. So we walked around doing some posters. So got some of them out as well. Left a big bunch of flyers in a couple of cafes, and kind of, I figure if people call from that, it's nearly like a double-edged sword as well, right? Because you're getting some leads for now and hopefully some leads for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day as well. But because I've been following up on likes really relentlessly on social media as well, I think that's a real goldmine to try to talk to people, guys. And an example of that, I will tell you, just I'll read you some conversations. Right? So this chick liked it on Facebook, and I said, hey, thanks for liking my photo. And I done a little mini stalk. And I said, hey, I just had a look at your profile. Are you from Albury? And she's got like all this health and fitness stuff. And she said, yeah, well, from Wodonga. And I said, oh, cool. We do free workouts in Albury, corner of Den Young. You should come in and have some fun with us. We do boxing, dance fit, circuits, movement movement, all kid friendly. She goes, that's awesome. How often do you do it? Blah, 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 blah. So that's another one that's actually not on the sheet. This chick was actually my third ever supervisor in Herbalife. So when I went supervisor, Chris Glennon went supervisor in the same month. We did a big line. A guy called Shay Golding and a guy called Rowan Lever, and this was his ex-missus. So, and she liked her photo as well, and I just kind of re-engaged that conversation and had a chat as well and invited her into a workout as well. So there's so many different ways to do it, guys. Like, all you have to do is say, hey, you say, thanks for liking my photo or thanks for liking that. And then I reference it as well and ask a question within that reference. So her result's crazy, isn't it? That's a question mark. And then they kind of come back with something, or they don't. But there's all these feelers out there now, and when they come back, that's people that I've spoken to. So not only when you're doing that, you're getting leads for tomorrow as well, because they might see that for a couple of days and then come back to you in a couple of days. So if you're doing it actively enough, and I've done a majority of the social media stuff just when I was stuck at home with Oscar. So yeah, that's what I did. So Meg, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you're going to.
Here we go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Awesome. All right. Cool. So like Jared said, my number has been 10 as well. But I decided to focus on purely talking about the business opportunity because it scares the shit out of me and I wanted to give myself a challenge. So yesterday I was in Albury and I had a spare hour. So I pretended to go shopping and I didn't have anything with me. So I didn't have any posters or anything like that, just my phone. And I literally, the first few people I walked up to, I just walked straight past because I chickened out. So I think that's okay as well. And then I worked up the courage and I just went up to someone. And I always start with, and I don't know why, maybe because it is weird, it's a weird question, but I always start with, hey, this is going to sound really weird, but, you know, I'm just looking for people who might be earning a bit of extra income around what they're already doing and getting healthy and fit at the same time. And then I always ask them if they know anyone that might be interested. So I don't ask them if they are interested. And they'll usually say, yeah, me. But I had one girl yesterday say, yeah, my sister. So she happened to be there with her, so I got her details. So another tip is to have your phone out and ready. So I literally just had my phone with me and put their number and their details into my notes, like Lauren was saying on the weekend. So have that ready, because if you're sort of stalling a little bit, they can kind of go a bit cold. And I had a few today when I was with Whitney. We weren't as prepared, and they sort of said, oh, do you have a card? And you could just tell that they really weren't very interested. So yeah, I did 10 yesterday. I had 6 yeses, 2 nos, and 2 that were just neither here nor there. And then I just followed them up today, and one of the ones that was interested yesterday was on the webinar tonight, so it's clearly working, which is really cool. What else were they going to say? Oh, I always write notes as well. So as soon as I talk to someone, always, you know, acting like I'm in a hurry, so you don't stop and have a chat to them unless they engage in a conversation with you. Just sort of say, oh, look, I'll put your details in my phone. I'll send you through some information. And then as soon as I've left them, I'll make a note underneath their details just so that I remember who they were. Like some of my notes from yesterday were like, you know, girl that worked in Spice Clothing, she's looking for extra income, whatever, just so you remember and it triggers that conversation that you had with them. Because if you're talking to, you know, 10 or more people a day and in a space of an hour like I did, you can forget which one was which. And that's it. I'm done. That's shame.
Cool. Thank you. So some good tips there, guys, as well, having the phone out, and under the notes maybe just writing a reference just to jog your memory on who it is, and maybe write Biz or Fit Club or whatever the reference is, so you know what to invite them to later on, right? Because, you know, you don't want to get a retail lead and say, hey, so for the opportunity, you know, you can make some money, and they go, you know, what's the they can't connect the dots on it. So next coach we're going to get the share. So all the way out in Yakandunda. I think Lisa's there. Are you there, Lisa?
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
Sweet. Okay, so I have set myself the goal of speaking to 15 people a day. I totally missed the mark yesterday, so fresh start today. I was in a really good situation where it was my last day at work. So I did a sneaky farewell email to everybody in my office. There's quite a lot of people in there. So I did a sneaky little line at the end just saying, you know, as most of you know, got to do my nutrition business full time, and, you know, we're doing this great New Year challenge. You know, I've attached the information. So, you know, if you want some help to get off to a great start, you know, just, you know, send me a message or, you know, give me your details, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I just walked around the office, and I had so many people, you know, ask me about the business, what I'm going to do. I didn't really have as many people, you know, ask me about the challenge, but there was a lot of people, you know, asking a lot of questions about the business and, you know, what I do and everything. So it sparked up that conversation, and I know that a lot of people, you know, might be uncomfortable to talk about it in the office around others. So I know I'll get a lot of them actually contact me later on. So yeah, that's what I did today. Like I work with quite a few people, so I was able to, talk to a lot today. So that was really good. And also at childcare too. So it was the kids' last day, and it was really, really emotional. And yeah, so once again, I had the same conversations with all the carers there, and got some more interest in the Glow Lean Challenge. So now tomorrow I'll be full time, so full time Herbalife. So my aim tomorrow is in the morning. We've got some time at the park in Yak, so hopefully there's other mums and stuff there that I can talk to about mama movement, and then lessons. So once again, the opportunity to talk to more mums, invite them along to mama movement, and after that, I think we're going walking and talking, aren't we?
Absolutely.
In Every.
There's going to be like a little gang of Herbalife people walking around getting lean. It's going to be fantastic.
Squad on point. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm really going to, hone down on my 90-day plan, and try and meet all those goals that I've set for myself of, talking to more people. I'm going to aim for 15. So if I fall short and only talk to 10, well, that's a ripper. That's amazing. So, yeah, I've really got to start hitting that 5K mark each month, especially to get my full bonus once I go get team. So, yeah, I'm just going to start smashing it out now. So that's what I did today and what I'm going to do for the rest of the 30 days. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ledge. Good stuff, Lise. Inspirational. Cool. So, guys, like Lisa spoke about last week, if you're doing your plan, your circles plan, and putting that in the top of the funnel, you're going to get great results through this challenge, right? Like, you can do this whole thing, and if we're not using the system, then the whole thing's going to be not a waste, because you do a lot of retail, which is cash in your pocket. But if you want to build royalty, you got to put people up the top of that funnel and let them come through the whole process. So let them get into the events, and then let them look at the opportunity, and then let a percentage of those guys get into Super Sunday and the SDS, and then we're going to be taking an extra 20, 30 people into Adelaide, which could all be in your business. And then, of course, your 2018 is going to be pretty intense. I'd imagine if anyone on this call took 20, 30 people extra people in Adelaide, you're going to be cheering, absolutely cheering, because 90 days after that, you'll be well over global expansion team. So I guess that, like, for me, that's like lead generation 101, right? If you're doing that plan, then the phone should be ringing, and you should be taking care of a fair bit of your list. It's just more about doing it, intensify, and if we're not getting the results, nearly making it happen, right? So things like following up on likes on Facebook, doing some extra posts so you're getting some more leads, getting some stuff out there on Instagram so you can get some quick leads. And this is just stuff you can do, like literally you can do this all in an hour. Getting out there and going shopping, not doing things online anymore. Actually getting in front of people. Like, don't pay your bills on the computer. Go to the post office. There's a person there waiting for you to talk to them. Don't do your online banking. Go to the bank. There is also a person there waiting for you to talk to them, right? It's Christmas time, so everyone's kind of up and about for retail. There's so much shopping for you guys to do, so much retailing. That's like a day of mass lead generation. And there's so many parties and stuff as well. Like, I'd be going into a party thinking, I'm going to walk away here with 5 people keen on this Glow Lean, and this is how I'm going to do it. Like, this is the plan in my head. I'm not going to go there and just spew it all over people. I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to take my Glow Lean in the bottle. I'm going to be wearing my Herbalife shirt. I'm going to be wandering around, attracting the conversation instead of putting the conversation on people, and bringing it up in real conversation and being smart about it. That's how I'd be going about this. And if you guys have an engagement every day where there's more than 20 people there, that should be taking care of half of your goal, at least if it's 10. And if it's not, if it's 6 or 7, you could nearly knock the whole thing out in an hour. Then you go to the pool. I done 10 yesterday in 90 minutes on social media, and this is actually talking to people. So after 2 o'clock, I don't know what I did. I did nothing. So just relaxed. Went to the pool. So that's what we can do, guys. So really, for me, this is threefold. getting our plans done and ramping them up to cater to this 10, then getting our leads, following up on our leads and our prospects and actually putting the feelers out there, smashing use where talk. So our results are noticeable. So our results are massive. So people are noticing, we're using our products really obviously to generate leads. And also just being ourselves. And, there's two ways you can sit back and wait for Herbalife to happen. I'm sure if you hang around for 20 years, you might experience some success and you will go get meal or prayers. It's a matter of time if you don't quit and you're just doing something for that whole period, right? You're going to fall across something. But if you want to do it relatively quickly, which I'm sure you'll do, it's about really grabbing the thing about around the scruff of the neck, because the opportunities are the exact same for everyone. The marketing plans are exactly the same for everyone. The products are the same. The only thing that changes is you and your work ethic and your consistency and how passionate you are about what you're doing. Because if you can put those three things together and reflect and grow and get better, it's easier to reflect if you're taking mass action, because you'll have so much more data that you can work with in your own mind. And not only that, what I know is if you're doing law of averages as well, you're going to be able to get better, right? So you might go out there today and convert 1 out of 10 people on your list, and 2 to 3 days time, because you're being consistent, those words are forming a lot better. You're getting a lot more excited because you're getting some results. Everyone's way more excited when you've got a client on the board that day. So if you're doing the work and getting clients regularly, and new members regularly, and just having those chats where you're a chance to do it, that stuff excites me. So that's when I want to be out there talking to people more, because they can hear it in your voice. Like you don't have to really put this stuff on, right? And then of course, people, if you're enthusiastic, you have to understand that that's actually rare out there, like in the real world. People aren't enthusiastic. Most people just drag themselves through life. They're in a job they don't like, driving a crap car like a Yaris. I'm getting a new one on the weekend. And all this stuff that they don't like about their lives. And if you come in and inject a bit of spark and a bit of enthusiasm, they're going to want to do what you're doing. Like they're going to want to follow. If you invite them to a workout, they'll want to be there because they're like, I like this guy. I like his energy. I like his vibe or her vibe. Same thing. So let's do that, guys. Let's really ramp this up, because as a team, I know we can grow in December. And that will be a reflection of us as a group, because most organisations, they fall away in December, but I know we're not most organisations. We're better. So let's really ramp it up. Let's put the foot down. I'm really pumped. I'm not getting an R8, I'll die. And let's be really consistent with our numbers. And if you need help with lead gen, I put a video in the group last night as well. But just rewatch this and write down the tips and tricks. Because for me, it's more about just concentrating and doing some work, guys, and just having that Herbalife time to knock out your number. Cool. And just doing this stuff times 10. And what I know is, if you guys just do it, take a no excuses attitude, you'll smash it. All right? Cool. All right, guys. So that's LDA tonight. We want to keep it short and sharp. We just want you guys to get out there and get to work realistically. There's just a couple of things I want to share with you guys just before we head off. Where's my email? Here. Is this promo right here? The computer is being funny. Okay, guys, just picture it in your head. It's the promo for the Christmas promo that Herbalife's doing. Week 2, you get a picnic blanket and Herbalife Nutrition picnic blanket. So well done to Nicole. She smashed out both legs. I'm real close to doing the second. And the ice bucket, well done to Meg, Nick, and we had I recognised them before, but it's in the group. Smashed it out as well. We had 3 people do it. Week 3 is the shakers. And week 4 is the glass bottle as well. If you do all of them, you get the crazy picnic backpack thing. But guys, I guess if you guys are doing your numbers, that's just going to happen for you. So make sure that you just understand that's personally purchased volume, which means that's volume through your ID by you. And make sure that we're promoting this to our teams. Make sure that we've got our people who are on their last cut of their CR7 fitness kit, just knocking that out. That's easy peasy. And let's help everyone get promoted. We've got some serious players in some serious cuts, so let's knock out these numbers. Let's help some people. Let's talk to people about the opportunity. Let's talk to people about what an amazing time to be talking to people about the Herbalife opportunity when money's so tight. Like when I'm talking to clients now, they're like, "Ooh, I have to be careful for Christmas," you know. So that alone presents the opportunity. That opens the door for me to actually invite someone to have a look. So make sure that we've got that front of mind as well. And we've just announced today that we've got our, and I know all you guys know this, but we've got our Glow Lean Challenge starting on the 4th. The reason it's on the 4th is end of month's actually on the 3rd. I don't know if you guys are meant to know that, but keep it a secret. It just gives us a time to close out December as a Herbalife month and help you guys achieve, for you guys who are in cuts of things, you've got an extra 3 days after New Year's because there's so many public holidays in that time to really smash this thing out. And I'm telling you what, guys, because we're putting in the work now, with those resolutions come January, it's going to be crazy time. We're going to have a whole bunch of people in there, and 200 will be a thing of the past, having 200 people in it. So it'll be absolutely crazy, and I'm really looking forward to that. And if you guys don't have any questions, Kelly, on the ice bucket as well. Sorry, Kel. She always sneaks through the cracks. And I can't think of anything else, guys. We've just got to get out there and do the numbers, right? If you've got some questions, fire them at me. If not, have a good night, and we will catch you at your lifestyle centre tomorrow for BoxFit. Questions? Nah, cool. Write them in the group if you have one. See you guys.